Our environment, the world in which we live and work, is a mirror of our attitudes and expectations. Earl Nightingale. Let's teach our kids the significance and virtues of having a clean and waste-free environment. We have celebrated the Earth Day. Please read the anonymous story below to your kid and share it with others since our kids are the owners of our future. Earth Day was the brainchild of Senator Gaylord Nelson of Wisconsin, a staunch environmentalist who passed away in 2005. On this occasion, I want to extend my appreciation to his family and to all the other valued environment protectors. The little boy walked dejectedly down the cracked sidewalk. His backpack was heavy and his feet were slow. He stayed to his path, pausing every now and then only to pick out a new can or wad of paper to kick as he went along his way. His heart felt as heavy as his backpack as he opened the door to his house and went inside. His mother was in the kitchen, taking brownies out of the oven. She smiled as she turned around, but stopped when she saw his face. Tyler, what happened? Is everything okay? Nothing is okay, Mom. Nothing will ever be okay again. He stood in the middle of the kitchen as his mother came over to the kitchen table. Sounds like you had a rough day, Tyler. Is there anything I can do to help? That's just the thing, Mom. We can't help. There's nothing we can do. He sat down at the table and put his head on his hands. His mother sat down and waited a moment until Tyler began to speak again. Today in science, the teacher was talking about Earth Day and the environment. Earth Day is supposed to be a day when every person promises to do something to help take care of our world. Mrs. Green was telling us how many companies are not careful about how they get rid of their industrial waste. She said that our world is getting dirtier and that many animals and plants are dying. She wants us to think of something we can do for help, and I thought all the way home, and there's nothing I can do. I can't stop the companies from polluting our air and water, and I can't save all the animals. There is not anything that I can do to make a difference. His mother sat for a minute thinking. You sound like this really concerns you, and that you have put a lot of thought into it, Tyler. Tyler nodded. Let me tell you a story that your grandfather told me. I don't know where he heard it, but I think it might help you think about your problem in a different way. She began. One morning, a man was walking down a beach that was covered in dying starfish. The tide the night before had been especially strong, and thousands of starfish had washed up on the shore, too far up for them to make it back into the water by themselves. The man shook his head as he trudged along, thinking what a shame it was that all those starfish would die on the beach. He came upon a boy who was throwing starfish back into the ocean as fast as he could. He was out of breath, and it was obvious that he'd been at this task for a while. Son, the man said, you might as well quit. There are thousands of them. They are washed up all over the beach as far as you can see. There's no way you can make any sort of a difference. The boy did not even pause in what he was doing. He kept bending and throwing, but as he did, he spoke to the man. I can make a difference to this one, and this one, and this one. And the man thought, and he knew the boy was right. He began to help return the animals to their home, smiling at how life's biggest lessons sometimes come from the smallest people. Tyler stared intently at his mother. But he did make a difference, didn't he? To every starfish that he threw back in? His mother nodded, smiling. He sat for a moment, thinking about what his mother had said. So, what it means is that even though I can't change everything, I can still make a big difference by doing the little things that matter. That, she said, sliding him a plate of brownies, is exactly what I'm saying. Tyler grinned and took a brownie from the plate. That gives me an idea. His mother smiled even bigger and said, I kind of thought that it might. The next morning on the way to school, his feet hardly touched the ground. He told his teacher a story of the starfish and his idea. Mrs. Green thought that it was a great idea and decided to let Tyler share the story and his idea with the class. Everyone got to work immediately, cutting out the large green leaves.